it means, but this photo of us, it don't have a price. Ready for those flashing lights, 'cause you know that baby I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Papa, paparazzi, baby there's no other superstar, you know that I'll be your papa, paparazzi. Promise I'll be kind, but I won't stop until that boy is mine. Baby you'll be famous, chase you down until you love me. Papa, paparazzi. I'll be your girl, backstage at your show, velvet ropes and guitars. Yeah, 'cause you'll